everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of Daddy Daughter Dishes. I am your host, Kiara, and with me I have my lovely co-host,
BJ, the daddy.
The daddy. I am the daughter, and this is Daddy Daughter Dishes. Welcome. If you are new here, welcome. We are so excited to have you. If it's your first time listening, we talk everything from growth to self-care to relationships to life, work, anything that can be talked about, we are talking about it. This podcast kind of covers what typically used to take place during our weekly phone calls with each other. That would be way too long. So we were like, let's start a podcast. So if you're new here, that's the spill. If you're not new here, welcome back. We are so excited that you're back. Another week, another episode.
Welcome.
Another episode. Y'all stuck with us. This is 9 episodes.
Is it 9?
It's 9.
No.
This will be the 9th episode. Right?
Wow.
What? Do it seem like it's been long or short?
It has flown by, so I guess it seems like it's been short. Like fast.
Yeah,
it seems like only yesterday.
Fast.
It seems like only yesterday we were trying to figure out how to make all this technology work, and here we are on our 9th episode, recording our 9th episode. Man, that's all
Still
right.
Trying to figure out how the technology works.
Yeah, we have a different tutorial every week, trying to make adjustments and whatnot.
Every week we strive for greatness, just so y'all know. We are still new. We still new in the game. I am still fine-tuning my editing process. So y'all stick. But y'all here. Y'all 9 episodes in. So y'all must like it good enough, you know?
Yeah.
It's like we serving great food, but the presentation is just a little messy at the restaurant. We bring out a dish. It don't look the best, but it tastes like, bring that out again.
Hey, you fine-tuning your editing skill, and I still ain't got a clue what the hell I'm doing. I'm just up here talking.
That's just what you're here to do. Look pretty and run your mouth like you always do.
I don't know about that looking pretty part. Hair and makeup did a deal today.
You look freshly bald. Are you
That's
freshly
what a camera do for you. I look freshly bald, but it ain't fresh as it was 4-5 days ago.
Well, you look good. You look good. I know you've been wearing your hat. You was hiding.
The hyaluronic acid and the serum that I got for my face, I feel like it's really helping me out in that category.
Oh,
I've been moisturizing my skin too, so feeling all, feeling all.
You doing where I'm
feeling
lacking?
Handsome. I'm feeling handsome. I might not look it, but I'm feeling it.
No, you look all right. And who you got on your shirt today?
All right. Oh, so I have spoken with the producer and creator of this podcast to come up with an idea of doing something to, give a shout out or promote or just talk about Black-owned businesses, like whether it be small, large, anybody that I know or somebody that I know knows. I'm started this little campaign I reached out to several people so far and trying to get like t-shirts and hats, anything that I could possibly wear on the podcast, and hopefully it'll have their logo and company name on it. And I'll take a little minute during the recording and give them a little shout out. So today we got JR7 Lawn Care. JR is my brother Junior, and 7 is for his grandbabies. So he started him a little, lawn care service.
Not Uncle Bob, an entrepreneur.
Uncle Bob right now he's in hustle mode. That's what he does. He likes to work after work, which is a thorn in my side because I just don't understand that mentality. I just don't. I get hustling, but I'm not working.
Sir.
I don't want to work after work. I don't want to do it anyway. But yeah, shout out to Junior. JR7 if you're in Southern Illinois, Southeast Missouri, or Western Kentucky, and you need your lawn care for, you're not happy with your current service, give JR7 a call. Look him up. Give him a call. He'll be happy to help you out.
You probably already got his phone number and know how to get in touch with him.
You probably, if you don't, it's 618 559.
Look, somebody wanted it. What was that third? What was that number? The 8-1, you see it? There was a 6 in there, right?
Hey, I would tell you, he gonna be mad. Gonna say, Pocket, why you didn't give out the number?
Kool-Aid.
Oh, man.
Oh, well, goodness. Well, shout out to JR7 and shout out to those 7 great, not great kids, but great as in they are great human beings.
They are great
kids.
Oh, man.
They are growing up so fast. Goodness gracious.
I haven't seen Boopy and Bug in a minute, but that D2 and Detail, Dax, Roscoe and Bear. Oh man, them boys crack me up. Shout out to Baby K, all the grandbabies. I'm that uncle. I can't even keep up with the names of all of them now. So but when I see them, it ain't nothing but love on sight.
And you are probably putting some great memories of the great Uncle BJ in their head.
Oh yeah.
All them times y'all be talking about y'all great uncles and great so-and-sos. They gonna have stories. I remember Uncle BJ. He was my great uncle and he would do X, Y, and Z. And I'll be like, goodness, you are a great uncle. That's insane. Getting up there, bud. But how's your week going? How have it been since we last recorded? We dropped, it's 3D day. We are on this consistent streak of recording the same day that we drop. So how are you feeling today? I hope it's a good day because it's 3D day.
I woke up this morning to the notification.
Shout out to God.
Yeah, shout out. Thank God for, waking me up to see another day. Woke up this morning, listened to the podcast that we dropped this morning. It was the music episode, and got my day going. Work has been pretty chill. We've been getting this stuff done, but it hasn't been too hectic. Other than that, man, I'm really kind of looking forward to the weekend this week. It's supposed to rain Friday, so brother always looking forward to a rain out, especially on a Friday. Come on in here, rain. Bring it on. After Thursday, boss man might be nice enough to say, you know what, guys? Don't even show up Friday. We'll see you Monday when we get off work tomorrow. I mean, that'll be cool because that'll just get my weekend off on the good foot. But I've been doing well. Spent last weekend with Mari. Mari was with me as we talked about it again. We'll mention it again briefly. Rodney laid his mom to rest this past Saturday, which also happened to be his birthday. So, man, I can't imagine the emotions that was going through his head. I mean, I can relate because not to make it about me, but when mom passed, we buried her 2 days after my birthday. I wanted to do it on my birthday, but my sister wouldn't let me. She said, no, you're not going to live with that the rest of your life. But it's close enough, But, yeah, him and Beck, they laid her, Sister Gwen, to rest on Saturday. Went to the services and me and Mari and, just lifted them up, surrounded them up in love and care and joy and all that good stuff. Went to had some good food. Shout out to Barber Brews Catering. She did the repast.
Oh, she did it again?
She did it again. She did Forage repast, which Felicia remembered the food from Forage repast, and she called me and was like, hey, you got the number for the lady that did the food at Forage repast? I was like, yeah. So she contacted her and got her squared away. Man, that food was delicious. And then after that, we went to Rodney's house and we just had a good old time, man. Like, it was a somber occasion, but you wouldn't know it the way we was carrying on, sitting under that carport. We had a good time reminiscing. Double O came out. Shout out to Double O, our other childhood buddy. And we just had a good time. A real good time.
Did he just have a birthday pass too?
Double O's birthday was April the 13th, and Rodney's was April the 15th. So, yeah, their birthdays are right there together. Got a lot of birthdays coming up. Birthdays coming up in the family.
There's a lot of birthdays coming up.
Uncle Bob and Keemon, and Peanut, and Uncle Dave, and Panina. I know Uncle
CJ?
Bob and Keemon. Yeah, when is CJ's birthday?
May 13th.
May 13th. But I know Uncle Bob and Keemon they're having a party. Keemon is throwing them a party, I think, at Uncle Bob's house in Oven.
And do not at bleep. I didn't.
You can't hear me out.
Hey, look, Uncle Bob would be mad. Why you ain't get mad?
That's what I'm gonna tell him. That's what I'm saying. I know my brother. He gonna have some of that drink. He like to make a run and get. And then, Keemon, he like to partake in them 420 activities.
Yes,
it's
indeed.
gonna be a wang dang doodle.
Look, when is this weekend celebration?
It's the weekend after next. This weekend is the 22nd, so it'll be the weekend of the 27th that there will be a wang dang doodle at Uncle Bob's house, JR7's house. Anybody need any more information about it, just hit me up at daddydaughterDishes.com or something like that, and we'll be happy to give out some information.
You ain't gonna get in touch there. It's daddydaughterDishes@gmail.com. You type in daddydaughterDishes.com. I don't know what you might find.
Anywho, yeah, Kiara will give out the information if anybody's interested later on. But how has your week been? How has your week been?
Oh, my week has been well. It's been yet another week of being a working woman and getting adjusted to this home life. I'm going to just stop there. Work is hard and I'm tired, but work is hard and I am tired. I had therapy on Monday. That was really good. We went and we got a mattress. We got a mattress this weekend, so the bed is like 2/3 complete. Now it gets delivered this weekend. This weekend. We still need a comforter.
Is that the only thing missing?
Yeah, we got our box spring.
Y'all got a box
I didn't do that fraction right. It's almost complete. 75%.
Because where my head went is that you had a mattress and no box spring. That's why I made the look. I'm like, wait a minute, now this is bad.
No, so we got the bed. Like we have the bed, like the frame. We have the box spring, and that's all we had. But we ordered the mattress.
Okay,
it comes this weekend.
So y'all well on y'all way to getting a good night's sleep.
Man, and do I need it? Because I have been, you would think that this was not my house, the way that I've been up, just looking around like I'm not comfortable. But it's really just the mattress.
You've been sleeping everywhere but in your bedroom.
Yeah, everywhere. Couch, outside in my egg chair. That's a good nap, man. That's a good nap. Guest bed, on the floor one night. On the loft couch because my back was hurting. I was going to
say in the loft. Siege sent me a couple of pictures of you and Terz napping one day over the weekend.
Siege also sent that to the entire family group chat on his side. I almost hit him upside his head. He loved y'all look cute. I said, I'm gonna start napping with my shirt off so you can't take pictures of me. Because I wake up to, it's like 3 pictures of me in the group family chat text thread.
He said he was like, this couch is dangerous and this is the wrong time of day to be taking a nap. He said, I might not get dinner tonight. I said, hey, you look like you might better order some DoorDash.
And that DoorDash he did, because when I woke up, there was Chipotle waiting on me. And it was like 9:30. Yeah, so I've been getting in them after work naps just because work has been, pretty hectic so far this week. And we have an event this week for the photo booth business. Shout out Lizational.
Sensational. What we got going on
Yeah,
there?
we are doing our first wedding.
Really?
Yeah, and it's black.
That's
It's
huge
black
because
couple.
that I don't know if anybody knows, but I am an investor in that business. So anytime there's
Yes,
any news about inflation, I get excited. I am going to
he
be
is the
one day a
Damon
traveling.
John.
I'm going to be the traveling salesperson for Lensational after my years
Mm-hmm.
in line work are complete. I'll be traveling
Yep.
around the country, setting up dates and helping people get started with their being independent contractors for Lensational. So if anybody's interested today, hit us up right now. Like, I mean, we ready. We ready to get this thing going with Lensational. We got all kind of stuff going on over here.
Not
Yeah,
you
back
make
to
a
you.
good salesman. Wait.
I mean,
Put a pin in that because I'm gonna come back to that and do what I just said
okay,
about you being a good salesman.
put a pin
Um,
in.
put a pin in it. There was something else I thought I had to say. Okay, we can take the pin out. You being a good salesman, so that just I know we had a topic for today, but that just made me think. What was your first job? Didn't you used to work at a car dealership?
I did, but that was not my first job. You mean when you say first job? Let's clarify this because I grew up in the country
You was
and
hustling.
we worked all the time. I mean,
The job you
uh,
got a W-2 for.
job I got, okay, that would have been the first job. I believe it would have been Dippin' Dots.
Mm.
It was either Dippin' Dots or the summer gig out at P&G, Procter& and Gamble, when my mother worked there. Me and Gator Jones, his mom worked there too. And they had a program where the children of employees could go out there and work for the summer. And we was in high school, yeah. And we got to go out there for 2 summers and work. But after like my real first job, as far as not being in school or anything, was Dippin' Dots. I think
Mm.
Dippin' Dots over in Paducah, Kentucky. I worked there for. It was really a summer job for me because I was getting ready to go to UT Martin, and then while I was in Martin, that's when I had a situation come up where I had to do a summer school stint because I was messing off and had to, clean some stuff up academically. So I had to go to summer school, and instead of just going to class every day, I ended up getting a gig selling cars. And I don't know, the owner of the dealership at the time, Tom Taylor, him and his son Michael, excuse me, they said that I was pretty good. I mean, I sold quite a few cars that summer. And
What was the
Tom
commission looking
Taylor,
like back then?
man, it just depended on the car and what they had in it and all that good stuff.
Mm.
So it was weird. Like the whole setup for pay was weird. It was new to me because you had this thing like you drew. Like I drew $400 a week. That was what my gross pay was, and you had to make sales to meet your draw before you could actually really start making some money. So every beginning of every month, the push was to get your first few sales in real quick so you could meet your draw. And then that's when you was really starting to roll into the money. I know I had
Mm.
I think it might have been the month of July during that summer. I think I ended up selling like 12 cars that entire month.
Uh-oh.
And that was at the time, I guess that was pretty good because Mr. Taylor, Tom, the owner, he put me in the office one day and asked me if there was something I was interested in, because he was like interested in being my mentor. And
Uh-oh.
like he had talked to me about opening up car dealerships because he had
He was
worked with
gonna
another
put you in
guy.
his little.
He's gonna put me on. I'm gonna be. I doubt if he was gonna put me in as well, but he was gonna put me. He was gonna put me on. But I just wasn't interested in selling cars. Like it was
Feel
all right
icky.
for the summer. But it wasn't nothing I wanted to do full time.
I feel that. That
Yeah.
it just when I say when you were selling off of Bob's business and selling Lensational, I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
man.
I was like, you sound real salesy. And then I was thinking, oh yeah, because you did have a sales job. My first job, you know what my first job was? Dad
Your
quiz. Do
first
you know your
job
daughter?
was Sonic.
Yeah, did.
Remember Sonic? Them Sonic
You got
nights.
it right. Sonic, goodness gracious. That's another one of them where I'm like, y'all was great parents, but again, I probably would have been like, maybe marrying is too far.
I, I used to think that. I think I verbalized that. I'm like, is it really worth it? The money you making? It wasn't. It was. I think that was part of your
I didn't
journey
even want the
of
job for the money.
right. Exactly. It was part of your journey is not necessarily being motivated by the money, more so than being motivated by like the experience that you were getting
Mm-hmm.
in
I was so
situation.
pressed to get a job. I'll never forget
Yeah.
Mark Milby. He was the franchiser of the Sonic, and I emailed at a hotel lobby. Peanut came with me, not a hotel lobby, a hotel conference room, and Cassandra came with me. And I remember my interview, and they was asking me like, so let me sugar worker and all this, and I answered them pretty good. He's like, "You got any
Man,
questions
life and
pressing?"
should have been a good worker. You
Look,
ain't been a worker yet.
but I was in beta and stuff. I'm work. I just don't. I work for free at the time. And
You
look,
just
he
are
was like,
served.
You got any other questions?" I said, "Yeah. Where do I start?" He cracked up, and he cracked up, and he was like, "You know what?" He was like, "We go do trainings and so and so." He was like, "We're gonna get you on the schedule." And I said,
Oh
"Okay." And then I
wow.
left. I said, "I think I got the job."
I didn't know you did that. That's pretty bold right there. We must all.
I didn't even, and the other thing about it, I was really not prepared for that interview at all. Like, hadn't done no sort of research on how to go to an interview. I just had went because I saw Sonic was doing open job interviews, and I was like, you know what? Having a job into the summer would be nice, and it would be my first job, and I could, pay for my own like gas and oil changes and stuff. Like I could maybe buy some clothes. And so I went in there and I was a good car hop, minus the
Oh yeah.
skates.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
great.
I
I
remember those
skated one
days.
time.
Did you have Ruby then? You did
Yeah.
have Ruby then. Yeah. That was a
Me and
good
Ruby
time.
was rolling. It was good. It was very developing, a very developing era for the Kiara who stands before you today.
But
It is a
it helped you also. Go ahead.
Tip your Sonic car hops. They
Tip
don't say they
everybody.
can take tips, but that's how they get paid. They make waitress and waiter salaries hourly. It'd be like $4, and they
Hey
tips is
man,
the actual pay. So tip
you
your
know
car
the
hops. Tip everybody.
tipping is that's one of my things. And I got that from Anne Marie. Like I try to take care. If somebody doing a good job bringing me food and serving, my party at a restaurant or something, I really try to do my best to make sure that I put a smile on their face when they do a good job. Like, but I'll let it be known when you ain't done a good job. I'll tell you in a minute, hey, you just messed up your tip right there.
Oh, you're not that person. Like, I had $40 waiting for you, and now it's 10.
I don't think I'll do that, but I'll let them know they messed up.
No, I give good tips too. And I don't know if it's because I like to give good tips or because I'm overcompensating for the stereotype that Black people don't tip. But
Probably both.
probably both, right? So my thing now, I carry cash, and I also carry something else. So if you try and run up on me, we'll get got.
All
FYI.
right
But
now. All right.
I carry cash. And so when we go out to eat now, depending on total, I'll tip a 20 or 40, whatever. Like we went to Texas Roadhouse, and the girl, she was so nice, and it was so busy, and she was doing her best. You could tell she was doing her best to keep up, and she was just
Right.
like, she just looked tired, and I think our total was like $40, and I ended up giving her like $40 tip, and it just
Dang.
felt good. It just felt good.
That's a big tip, man. That's like 100%.
So CJ had paid for the dinner, and then I had left the tip, and I was like, it was a super busy night at Texas Roadhouse, and she was still sweet. She still got us our refill. Like, she was on point, even though she was so busy, and she was young. That was the other thing.
Right.
She was like, she could have maybe been in college or in high school. So I was like, if I got it to make somebody night,
Why not?
I'll make somebody night. Why not? Like,
Yeah.
and that just made my heart all warm. Made me all happy. How did we get here?
I don't know. We just talking. Like, you make me think of other things saying that. Like, cause have you ever been in a drive-through and like
pay for somebody else's stuff?
Yeah, like pulled up and be like, I'm gonna take care of the next car or two behind me. I did that to some people that, I don't know. Yeah, it was a weird situation. I think they may have thought that I cut them off turning into Chick-fil-A and cake one night. But anyway, I turned in front of them. I feel like it was my turn. But anyway, I ordered my food and got up there. I was like, I'm gonna pay for the car behind me too. And I kind of pulled up and waited for them to get kind of like a reaction. And they was in the window giving me a thumbs up and stuff. I do that sporadically sometimes just to do it. Because it feels good.
Yeah, I've done that, and I've also been on the other side of that where
me too.
I'm at Chick-fil-A. No, I'm at Chick-fil-A working, and they say, I want to pay for the person behind me. And so then we had like a line, and I'm like, y'all, we got the line going. And then there's somebody, and they're like, they just like, can I get my food? I ain't paying. I'm like, yeah, the person in front of you paid for the person for you. And they'd be like, oh, that was nice. And I'd be like, would you not want to continue?
You want to
be like, nah.
Nah, bro, I'm good.
Nah. And then you also had the ones where like the person behind them had like a catering order. And they're like, I want to pay for the person behind me. And the person behind them order like $80. And they're like, can I just, and I'm
just what about a napkins?
Oh, like, you can do like $8, $10 if you want, the cost of a normal Chick-fil-A meal. Or you can just drive. We got like, that did not happen. But yeah, no, I was saying that to say also, I got my hair done. That was another highlight of our week. I got my hair and my nails and my toes done.
Cat claw hanging out there.
I was tired of looking dusty, man. Because I was like, my self-esteem is down. And then I looked in the mirror and I was like, well, your hair not done. Your nails not done. You ain't worked out in a month. And I was like, maybe we should go take care of some of that.
You've been busy.
That's kind of
busy.
Though.
I bet you've been busy for the last month. Count out back the days. I guarantee you've been busy. But you've gotten yourself to a place where you can get back into taking care of yourself more. And that's fine. That's great. Do whatever you got to do to make yourself feel all warm and yummy on the inside.
Yes, and indeed I do. I'm like, I got okay, so this brings up another question. You get your hair cut like on a regular? Like, do you have a go-to barber?
Well, no, I do not do. Ever since, I used to have a barber who was disabled, physically disabled. He was in a motorized wheelchair. Miss Aubrey.
I think handicap is politically correct.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't think so. I think it's physical. Anyway.
Well, they make signs.
Physically impaired. He couldn't move around. He couldn't walk. But he used to cut the hell out of my head. In his wheelchair. He was motorized. He could get around. It was pretty dope. And he was a hell of a man. He moved when he moved from Cape down to Georgia, I just made up my mind. I had went to a couple other barbers, and one of them barbers had sprayed some of that stuff on my beard.
I remember
Your mama was like, she's like, what the hell is that? And I was like, I ain't coming back here.
That is not the reaction you want when you get your haircut. You go home thinking you look delightful.
I waited. She was outside waiting in the car, and he's like, your face. And I was
I
like,
went
oh,
back and
shit.
asked my boyfriend. Hey, mom, this ain't the wife guarantee.
Hold on. Now, he did a good job. It was just the stuff he sprayed on the beard it wasn't jiving. It
Hey,
wasn't
that
jiving.
don't.
So,
Hey, he still messed up the final look though.
hey, whatever the case may be, soon after that, I decided that, you know what, I'm not getting a bald fade no more. I can't grow a high top fade no more. So I'm just gonna figure out how to keep my head shaved myself. And that's what I've been doing for the last couple of years, is just, every 2 weeks, every other week, I'll just shave it off and manicure my face as far as my beard and mustache and stuff. I do it myself. Why'd you ask me that?
I asked because we moved and my old loctician was in North Durham, which is now currently about 45 minutes away from me. And I found a new loctician in Cary, and it's about 20 minutes away from me. And so I went there to get my hair retwisted because the loctician I was going to go to, her studio had flooded and she needed to push my appointment. And I was like, I totally understand things happen, but I need my hair done. So I went to the other lady, but the lady did such a good job. It was so much faster and cheaper that I'm like, oh my God, I feel so guilty and I feel like I'm cheating.
Wait a minute.
And I was going to ask, have you ever cheated on your barber?
Oh, yeah, plenty. No.
You said it. You was
ready
to let it go.
When I had a barber. No, when I called you my barber, like I didn't mess around. But when you messed up, that was it. Like if you done something that I just didn't see right. I remember one time, you got the barbers, they want you to make an appointment, and it's their business. You gotta respect the way they do business. So I had called, made an appointment, let him know I was leaving work. He said, come on. I got there and he was gone. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, my time is valuable just like yours. And I know I could. Because I wouldn't have made that drive, because it wasn't a short drive. We live in Southern Illinois, and towns are kind of spaced out. And I drove real fast from work to get there. And when I got there, he was gone. And that was the last time I went to that barbershop. But you get a good barber, you can't cheat on your barber, man. That's
right.
It's like cheating on your woman.
It's bad, and that's how I feel about my locks, because especially since I'm still in my growth journey, I feel like I'm like taking like the nurturer away from his baby. Right. But at the same time, she did such a good job. Like, it's a dilemma, and it's something I've been sitting with I'm like, I feel terrible. Like, I look good, but I feel bad.
You gotta figure out the pros and cons. Like, you said yourself, the quality of work is there. It's less expensive, and it's closer to you.
Yeah, it checks all the boxes, man.
It sounds like you might need to have a conversation with the nurturer and see if she might bless you. She might understand. She might say, "Girl, look." It just don't.
I didn't.
That's that goody two shoes in your head.
It just hurt my heart.
Listen, you sound like for that first ball.
That hurt my heart. And it just, man. So yeah, that's my look. All that to say that my week is going.
Hey, when your biggest problem of the week is trying to figure out if you should change locticians, I'd say you're having a pretty good week.
I'm having a pretty good week,
You deserve a pretty good week, man. You've been busy, hectic. It's been hectic.
Everybody deserves a good week. Me and you, we definitely deserve a good week. Mommy and Mari deserve good weeks.
Definitely, that's for sure.
Anybody who hears this podcast touches everybody, y'all deserve
a good week. Pat yourself on the shoulder and say, you deserve a good week.
Say self, and self say and you say, girl, we deserve a good week. And he said,
Damn
we
right
do.
we do.
And then y'all want to say,
Damn right. Yeah.
so that's look, now that we did our intro,
Right.
into the nitty gritty of the things halfway through the podcast, and I didn't have anything super specific on the, well, I kind of did, but I don't know. We kind of going a different route with it, so I don't want to take it that way.
Hey,
but
yeah, like we can, that one we talked about doing, we can push that to next week
let's
maybe.
put a pin in it.
And
Let's
put a
circle
pin
back.
in it. We can just, let's go on to the, I got my Club Shay Shay notes if y'all, not my Club Shay Shay, because that's his shit. I got my BJ Nelson
You got your
note card.
ingredients.
Oh, yeah, for whipping the cream. Look at you, girl. Look how we roll. I got my ingredients.
We got ingredients.
We ain't done that one in a minute. But yeah, I got my ingredients for whipping the cream, y'all. So bear with me. If you hear paper shuffling, note card shuffling, that's what it is. It's the ingredients. I'm trying to make sure the
He
ratios
put
and the
his
mixtures
foot
are
in
right
it to make
give
sure
out
that
a
y'all get
good
this delectable dish.
because we cooking with love up in this mug.
Absolutely. Did you have anything on your Club Shay Shay? I mean, on your ingredients? Because I didn't know if you guys saw. First of all, have you been watching the news? Like, do you keep up with the news?
So I am not a consumer of news today like I used to be, because I just feel like it's such a racket. It's such a negative thing. Everything's slanted, and I don't want to. I'm already a conspiracy theorist by nature, and I don't want to feed into that. But I do try to keep my ear to the ground, what's going on around us. Why the class?
Because I don't know how terrible this sounds being a journalism graduate, but I make an effort to be uninformed. I go out of my way to not consume media.
You go out of your way to be uninformed
about certain things. So I refuse. I have no notifications for news set up on my phone. I don't watch the news because I saw something that said, news starts with good evening, and then they tell you everything that was not good about the evening.
Absolutely.
And it's just, I was talking to mommy about it last night, and it's just like every time you log on, is somebody then shot something up. Somebody is doing this. Somebody is doing that. And and here's a virus that might be another corona. Oh, and there's a killer on the loose. Oh, and did you see that other school shooting today? Like, I don't like that. I just can't do it. And it's not we weren't programmed to see and to hear bad news several times a day. That's just not good for your mind. But I take the choice to be uninformed.
But they do end all news broadcasts with one little piece of goodness.
They be like, here's a dog shelter.
Yeah, here's a cat that went viral on TikTok.
And look, and it'll say good night, and then I have breaking news, another shooting. And you're like, well, all right, well, here's the cycle. But yeah, no, so one way that I consume like my media is like I'm subscribed to this newsletter. It's called Morning Brew. And basically they take all the headlines of what you need to know, and they put it in one email that I get every morning. And then if I decide to read more about it, each topic or whatever, then I can choose to be informed. And then I also listen to a podcast called Up Next, and it's a 10-minute overview of what happened the day before. Is by NPR, so it's no political. It doesn't have any sort of political agenda. It's literally, here are the facts. Here's what that means for us. Here's why it's important. All that good stuff. And so that's all I have. That's all I need, and that's all I take because I refuse.
You don't need, truth be told, if you sit up and you watch or you consume the quote unquote news all day, every day, something's wrong with you. You're going to be a very pessimistic, negative ass person. So me, I
You get
used
bad
to,
world syndrome. That's a thing. Bad
yeah,
world
you get
syndrome.
like,
In journalism
you would
school, you
think
learn that the world is
the
bad and
worst.
everybody is
Yeah,
bad. And I
right.
realized that kind of like especially during like when racial tensions were high, which they still are, but during like where Black Lives Matter was like at a peak, that was when I
Uh-huh.
was noticed. Because I was like being angry at people who aren't Black for no
Just
reason.
mad
And
for
I was
no
just
reason.
like, y'all are just evil. And it's the nicest person. And I'm like, yeah, I got to back because this is not a reflection. Anybody who can think critically understands that what one person does is not a reflection of a whole demographic, but it can be hard when that's all you're seeing and hearing and reading. It's like being brainwashed.
And that
Oh, we
shit
get
work
too
both
deep in
ways.
conspiracy. Studio audience is looking a little big-eyed.
But I mean, that works both ways. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, you watching something over and over and over, and you start just looking at people just because of what they look like and thinking negative things. You know, that happens to us all the time. You
Oh,
know,
absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
it's unfortunate, but you just got to figure out a way to maneuver and not try not to be part of the problem, be part of the solution. So as
Mm-hmm.
far as me, uh, I used to listen to, well, I still do on occasion, but not as much as I used to. On Sirius XM, Urban View used to be the Power. I wish they would change it back to the Power, but now they call it Urban View.
It
Joe
sounds
Madison, the
gentrified.
Black Eagle. Shout out to Joe Madison, the Black Eagle. I used to get my information from him because I liked Joe because he would curse to get his point across. He would say sometimes you got to be profane to be profound, and that's why he
Mm.
would use. And then he
He
would
got a
donate a
T-shirt on
dollar.
that.
He would put money in the cookie jar, what he called it, every time he used a cuss word, and then he would donate it to some organization that was doing some goodness in a community somewhere.
Oh,
And
should we do that? Hell no.
no, no, hell no. I ain't putting
I'll
no
be
money in the
broke.
cookie. But Joe Madison, the thing that intrigued me about Joe is like he kept it 100. Like he was like he wouldn't take sides, and because it was mainly a political show, but he didn't give a damn if you was Republican, Democrat. If you came on his show talking some craziness, he was gonna give it to you, and he gave it to you with facts. Like he got his whole team. Somebody would call in with some mess, and they would be on the spot, looking up information
Mhm.
about whatever that person's talking about, and he would just give facts to his listening audience. And I mean, he's gotten into the Radio Hall of Fame, and he just he's getting up there in age now, but he's still there every morning. Him and Miss Sherry doing their thing, and I still listen to him on occasion, but not as much as I used to. But as
Mhm.
far as like news broadcasts, and I used to try to wake up and watch those Sunday morning shows.
Mhm.
Like since Bob Schaefer and who else? The one guy worked for NBC. I can't think of his name, but he died
Lester Holt.
unexpectedly.
No. Oh,
No, not that.
no.
He was before Lester. He was like a little pudgy little redhead dude. Not real redhead, but he ended up passing away unexpectedly. They they used to do a good job of interviewing
Mhm.
like politicians and holding people accountable. I've tried to watch that lady. I can't think of her name, but to me, she does a horrible job of interviewing politicians and people that's making major decisions for thousands of millions of people. It's like she'll ask a question and they'll say whatever they gotta say, and then she goes on to the next question. She just
That's because
doesn't
they
do
give
it for me.
everybody a platform nowadays, and people ain't really got education in how they properly interview and conduct a formal political interview.
So
Or she just went to a
one of the
terrible
things,
school. One of the two.
one of the things that Joe Madison talks about is news not being news anymore. Is infotainment. They doing everything
Mhm.
for ratings.
Yep.
You see more ads and shit than you do news stories. It's kind of disgusting to watch. If you got your
It's
eyes open
so disgusting.
and you can read between the lines, like I don't want to bring politics into this platform here, but
Look, it
some of
ain't
the
even gotta
stuff
be
that
politics, but summer
even like CNN, they go overboard to me.
terrible.
Fox News is just, they just will
Fox
lie.
News, in the first place, they are an entertainment network. They aren't even an actual news network. So
Yeah.
I
And it's
expect nothing
just
less from them. But
some
yeah,
of the stuff they put
CNN.
out.
That's why I only do like NPR, C-SPAN. Like I only try to listen to those ones because for me, I know we've kind of shifted here. Hold on, wait.
It's
I had a
okay.
point. It was about
Uh-huh.
the news. Okay. Okay. I don't know what I was about to
Go
say,
ahead.
but for me, it's like I consider myself a novice conspiracy theorist, and I'm also a person who does not take everything at face value.
Right.
I am disgusted at the people who read a headline and think they know everything about what they just read based off the headline. And so for me, it's like I want to hear both sides. Like certain
Oh,
situations,
absolutely.
I need to hear. I hear this poller's one side. I need to hear what the other side. They ain't gotta be all the way on the other side. They could be like slightly leaning. I need to hear what
Right.
they have to
Uh-huh.
say
Right.
because people lose me when they start. Like lately, it's just been like, oh, Democrats this, Republicans this, conservatives this, liberals this, and as soon as I hear that, I check out because I
You
don't
hate
think
labels.
I hate labels,
I
and
hate
that's people's
labels.
identity lately. Like people driving around with the politician stickers on their truck
Oh, they drive
and
me nuts now.
flags, and it's like, and they be the many like Christian ones, and it's like, who are you? Why are you idolizing these people? They are not. Nobody is perfect in this world, and damn sure that person ain't perfect. So why are you so
Ain't
happy? I
perfect.
mean, I know why, but like, why is that your sole identity? That's the part that always bothers me because I'm like, okay, America has lost its individuality. Is nobody everybody group thinkers, and that sometimes I just be wanting to run up to people and just slap them in the face. Just say, wake up.
Yeah.
So that's my
But
soapbox spill about the news.
part in the news has played a part in conditioning us culturally, regardless of where you sit in the scheme of things, we've all been culturally conditioned. And it is right now, it just seems like it's just tearing this place apart. Like it doesn't seem like if you watch the news, you would think that
Mm-hmm.
there is no kind of humanity, no kind
Mm-mm.
of
Bad
people
world
giving
syndrome.
grace to each other, no kind of, showing sympathy for each other, having empathy for people. Like it's all apathy. Like it's like if that ain't what I do, then fuck you. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't
If it
mess
ain't
with
my
you.
way, I
If
don't
it
want to
ain't
hear
my
it.
way, I don't want to hear it. Ain't no
That was low
compromising about nothing.
key. That was like not even news, but media in itself. That's usually a reason that I tend to do like a social media detox for some platforms, like Twitter. I just reactivated. I just made a new account, but I completely deactivated. Like I deleted my Twitter account because every time I got on there, it was just people arguing and people calling each other out their name and it's like that scene in Snowfall when everybody was going crazy in the projects and they just showed everybody just fighting and shooting each other. And I'm like, what? I don't want to get on here and just be mad. And then I noticed
Right.
myself like getting upset about stuff that don't even make me mad. I'm just mad because I think I'm supposed to be mad. And I realized when I stopped consuming, like especially Twitter, when I stopped being on Twitter, my like
Uh-huh.
my perspective on things was just a lot brighter. I was a lot less mad at the world. And of course, being a black woman, I had the right to be mad about a lot of stuff. But some stuff is just not worth my energy. I'm like,
Right.
a lot of times during the day, I think like, there are bigger things in the world right now. This is not something that I need to be wasting my energy on because it's not that important. It's not that important.
Yeah, I can feel you on that because, it was a time when I was on Facebook, I would like get engaged. I would
Man,
actually, I guess
y'all,
I
this
was
thing,
wrong, but
who?
I would go, I say, I don't know if this would be considered a troll, but I would go on other people who I knew had opposing views from mine and I would start a discussion. Like, I wouldn't try to argue. I feel like I was going in the name of trying to get some perspective from somebody who saw things differently than I did. Like, but that's a whole rabbit hole because you don't really know who you talking to. You think you gonna get a different perspective, but when you touch a nerve on some of the folks,
they get them keyboard warriors going. Hey, they'll hurt your feelings. I'll never forget the time one of them alt-right folks on Twitter had caught wind of one of my tweets. I should have probably even had a Twitter, but I'll never forget he called me a nigger. And my feelings was hurt. It was something like laws had come out about abortion and like Plan B and stuff. And the people was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. They said something about Black women being the highest percent of people who get abortions or whatever. And I had like tweeted an actual source and I was like, actually, no, it says here, like, this is the demographic. And so that tweet started a lot of retweets. Keep in mind, I'm in high school and somebody had like quoted it and they was like, he was like, oh, you nigga. It's like, you blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
And my feelings was hurt. I was like, why did he call me that?
Wow.
And you know what? Ain't nobody ever called me that again. But if they did, I didn't see it. So,
hey,
yeah,
that's
you gotta
the thing.
be careful, man.
You gotta be careful because sometimes I would be waiting for somebody to call me out my name, like especially the N word. Like I never got that lucky, but I've had some guys, like a couple guys. One guy, I ain't gonna say his name because I ain't giving him no traction. But that motherfucker, he became my own little troll there for a while, and I was like, this motherfucker right here, you can't even make a post to say good morning. And
am I familiar with his track record on your Facebook? Have we mentioned him on here before?
No, not who you thinking about. This is the guy that was in Puerto Rico with us. But if I mentioned his name, you would probably remember because he used to be on every damn thing there for a while. But I tried not to.
He's a certified troll.
I try not to engage in those type of discussions anymore because when you go looking for that kind of information from people who aren't really informed, all you're gonna do is start an argument. You're not gonna make any kind of progress, even if your intentions are to get a different perspective and where people are coming from. Some people are just ignorant. You just gotta let them be ignorant.
Exactly. And some people like to sit in the ignorance. Like a lot of times, like I'll have full comments typed out for some people. And then I'm like, dude, are they even gonna read this and think, oh, let me change my perspective? No. So my unpopular opinion is everybody is not meant to have an opinion. Everybody should not have a voice. I don't know what that labels me.
Oh no, you gotta be. They shouldn't have an uninformed opinion.
Yes.
You can't just be fucking pull something out of your ass and try to make it facts for everybody.
And then think just because you say it a lot, and then think just because you say it a lot, make it a fact like that.
Like
that drives me crazy.
But yeah, you just gotta be careful.
I had brought up the news to ask you. This is hilarious because this is what I brought it up for. To ask you if you had saw the news about Southwest grounding all their flights due to a technical issue.
And you know what? When you sent me that, asked me that earlier, mentioned that might be something we talk about, I got excited.
Was you triggered?
It got me triggered.
You gotta go on the picture.
Especially Southwest. Like, y'all had that whole debacle during the holidays of all times of the year. During the holidays, have people stranded in the airport for 3 or 4 days. Y'all want to blame it on technology and all this shit when y'all ain't treating y'all pilots and flight attendants right. And they just told y'all they wasn't bringing their ass to work. And y'all want to try to make it something else.
Before that, in 2021, niggas that left us stranded in Florida. All flights is canceled.
Coming from your honeymoon, right?
Coming from our honeymoon. I was supposed to start my job. Yes, but that was a great experience. But yeah, and so that I wanted to ask you, one, how you felt about that, and two, does that make you reconsider being so loyal to Southwest? Because Delta is looking very beautiful. The more I her.
So here's what I'm gonna have to do when I decide to fly again. I'm gonna have to check on other airlines because Southwest was just convenient. I'd log on,
2 free bags.
created a profile. Might come across a flight to somewhere $59. No problem. In and out, and never really had no issues with Southwest myself until this past the holiday season. And then what the thing that, but the stuff that happened the other day, like it's still with this technology shit. Like people, it's 2023. How come you are the only airline that's supposedly having these technology issues? Like, is your system that old? Like, what the fuck is going on? And then when I log on to your damn app and look at these damn prices, these prices are outrageous
and astronomical.
Somewhere to somewhere. I want to go from, let's say I want to go from Nashville down to damn Orlando. You want to put me on a plane in Nashville, fly me to fucking Baltimore,
you to Texas. Oh,
and
yeah,
then down to Dallas, and then down to daggone Orlando, and charge me fucking $478. That makes absolutely no sense to me. And then y'all got the technology issues, and y'all don't get the hell up out of here. That's some bullshit if I ever see.
Working then.
Right. Pissing on people. Every day, all day. So
yeah. Here's the umbrella.
Right. And a cup to drink it with too.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm telling you. So yeah. That will be something I will be addressing the next time I'm flying, because I have been a loyal consumer of Southwest flights, but now I'm probably over them now.
That is getting a little too unpredictable for me. You know me, I like consistency and I like to have a plan and to stick with it. So if we have an itinerary of flights that we have anticipated making, and then that day comes and suddenly it's, oh no, the skies are perfectly blue, by the way, but our planes are not in the air. Right. Yeah, and you're going to be on hold for 7 hours.
They asked the FAA, yeah, the FAA, not FFA, Future Farmers of America. Shout out to y'all. Not the FAA.
Shout out Brent Miller.
Right. They asked them to ground the flights. I guess that's a whole process you got to do. I was reading an article on that. They requested that the flights be grounded, their takeoff flights be grounded for a short period of time so they can fix the issue. I'm like,
they probably was really covering their butts legally, because if something was to happen, that would have been a lawsuit. But yeah, I was listening to what you just said about the technology being old. What I mentioned earlier about Up Next, that podcast that I listened to, they actually did a segment not too long. I think it was when they grounded when y'all flight had got messed up. So around the holiday, they had published something, and they were saying they actually interviewed the FAA. And they were saying how the technology for flights is very old. Like, it's the aviation technology for commercial flying is very old, and it takes so long to refresh that it's like there's no like soft spot time they can take to refresh it. And so we just kind of stuck in a loop of bad technology. And it's like, we're supposed to be one of the first world countries. What y'all talking about?
That was where I was going. Now, is that just an American problem, airspace problem?
I believe it's just an American.
Across the world? Absolutely. This America
I think it was just
bullshit.
An American.
We're number one. Y'all better fucking wake your eyes up, because you ain't number one.
At grounded flights and canceled flights and upset citizens.
You go look at the rail system in China, how they covering
fast
hundreds and hundreds of miles in no time at all. And y'all,
and it take me 12 hours on the Amtrak.
Look, I'm getting Joe Madison for real now. We can't even get a high-speed rail system from Washington, D.C. to New York. It takes so long to get up there on the damn train. We can't get nothing done. We can't
And
conduct
that's
no business.
undependable. Nope.
Yeah.
How
And
are
then
we
if you
supposed to
do
how are we
go
supposed to make
fast,
money move?
the
You want to
train
die?
gonna jump off the tracks because it
Yep.
ain't the technology with the rails is so old. Let's get with it,
Yep.
people. Even the
We so
roads. You
we so
drive
stuck in
down
the industrial revolution. We need to
I
get
don't
up
even
with
know
the
if it's stuck
technology.
there. It's probably a combination. It ain't just one thing. It's the combination of being stuck in the past, thinking that the old way of doing things is suffice for today, which is not. And then it's to me, I call it American arrogance. It's like, can't nobody do nothing better than us, than America. Like, no, bro, them days is gone. Why, if that was the case, why in the hell when I call Capital One today to try to get some service, I'm talking to somebody, they speaking English, but I
They not over
guarantee
here
you,
though.
they're here. They're not here. Like,
Mr. Benjamin.
man, I told him straight up, I said, man, I don't mean no disrespect. I said, but I can't understand a word that you're saying right now.
I be feeling so
And I
bad
don't know
during
if he hit
that.
a clarity button or what, but he came back and he slowed down, and
She said,
I was
where's
able
my
to
English
understand.
voice? I'm sure artificial intelligence will have something later on that'll clear that up for us. But I be feeling so bad when I can't understand them because I'm like, I know you're here to help, and I'm trying not to get frustrated with you because you are not the issue. However, I cannot understand you. Can you please? Can you? I'm just trying to get some stuff situated. Please, just help me.
Right.
Stop talking. Stop telling me all this extra stuff. No, I don't want no discount on my insurance. Please just reset my password.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had asked you. We did all of that so that I could ask you about Southwest flights.
That's okay. That's okay. We're whipping the cream. The ingredients are flowing. We cooking with love. We whipping the cream. So what else we had talked about? Let me look through the ingredients here.
Okay,
I got
you look through your
Southwest
ingredients.
tobacco. We talked about that.
Not the Southwest tobacco. That sounds dramatic.
Promoting it is dramatic.
It is.
I already talked about promoting Black businesses.
So that was that's something I asked you.
You got go ahead.
You got a play-on bracket for the NBA?
No, I do not. You know, NBA basketball is something that it's kind of like the news for me. It's hard for me to consume. Like, they just don't do it for me, man. I can appreciate the athletics involved in today's game, but it's better during the playoffs. But I still haven't gotten to, maybe when it gets down to like the Eastern and Western Conference finals, I might tune in a little more consistently. But I'm really not interested right now because I just don't like what the product that's being put out.
It don't tickle your fancy.
It don't tickle my fancy like it used to. No. I mean, you got some stories going on. Like, for instance, the other night when the deal with Draymond Green, so you get pulled down somewhat off balance, and
I don't know.
I'm trying to get a guy the benefit of the doubt that he might have been off balance, but it seemed as if the man jumped up a step or two and literally stepped in the man's chest. Okay, so you know you're going to get called for something there, right? You have to know that. I mean, you're not Christian Laettner in the basketball game against Kentucky back in, might have been 1990, when he stepped in the guy's chest and ended up getting to complete the game when he should have been ejected. And he ended up winning the game with a shot, but that's a whole nother thing. You're not Christian Laettner, so that's not happening. You know you're going to get a tick, and you're probably going to get ejected after they review, because now they review everything, which is another thing that I can't stand.
He put his old booty in his face.
You do this whole wrestling thing with the crowd. Like, no, dude, just get your shit and go to the locker room. I think that's something that they need to put a halt to. You stand there, egging on the crowd, telling them, come on, call somebody a pussy, because they flipping you the bird. Like, dude, you a grown ass man, dude. Get your shit, go to the locker room, get ready for the next game, after the next game, because you done got suspended, which you may not, your season may be over because
But
Sacramento ain't no punk. It doesn't
Sacramento
appear.
been one that does
And
some good game I've been watching lately.
they look like they about their business. And if Steph don't bring his magic, they gonna be down 3-0, and then it's probably gonna be wraps for them because I don't see even with Draymond on the court, I don't see them beating Sacramento 4 straight games in the playoff. I don't see it. So they may be in
Steph
trouble.
Curry,
But Sacramento,
Steph better get in
they
there
gotta
and
come and
whip
get
that
that third one.
cream.
Yeah, they better get in there with the cream.
He better go whip that cream because he might be going home. Well, I know CJ had I had to ask you that because I know CJ had the Lakers and Grizzlies game going on in the background, and I was wondering if you've been tuned in with your guy, Ja Morant.
Well, man.
Well, he's not playing in this game right now because
he got hurt
injured
the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And the Grizzlies, they keep me on edge. If I'm gonna pick somebody, that's my team. I like the Grizzlies. I just like the youngness. But they got a guy on their team that does some extra shit too. Brooks, to me, just sometimes he does a little bit too much, man. Just play. Be tough on the court. Do your thing. But all the other shit, man, just play basketball. Like, all that other shit, to me, is just uncalled for.
It's funny because right before we came in here to record, I was watching and the game hadn't just started, but it had been on for a minute. But I just saw Brooks do something and I was like, that seemed a little unnecessary. But I mean, hey.
Yeah.
But
that's the product that they're putting out to the public, and the public continues to buy those $12,000 front row seats and even the $100 nosebleeds, packing the stadiums, padding the pockets of somebody.
If that's the public, then I must be the townspeople, because goodness gracious. I wish I would pay that. We got hockey playoffs right now, and I ain't even thought about buying a ticket there. But if I win one, I am gonna go. But I haven't won yet.
I saw what the Canes won.
They do pretty good. So the game. It always be the game before the actual Stanley Cup.
Before they
and then they start
the series before the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, and then they give it. It'd be like, we can't even support y'all in the finals. That sucks. But hey, okay. I'll wear my jersey. I will put my jersey on.
So we're talking sports. I was noticed where yesterday, I think it was yesterday, DeMar Hamlin
got
was that
cleared.
yesterday or today? He got cleared.
It was yesterday.
Play. What's your thoughts on that? Like if he was your husband or son or something.
If he was my husband, there would be zero discussion. He's sitting his ass down. We gonna figure something out. We gonna get you a press tour. You gonna write a book, but you ain't going out on that field. You can make money other ways because ain't no way God give you a second chance and you go back and say, you know what? I'm going to the thing that almost took me out. I hope he decides to.
What if that's his passion though?
Man, but sometimes your passion and what God got planned for you can be two different things. And sometimes you got to put your pride aside and listen to God and say, okay, God, let me go do what you call me to do. Because obviously you didn't want me out there on that field. Because there's national TV coverage of when I fell out.
And I'm just throwing this out there. I'm just throwing it out there.
Be the devil's advocate.
It's not even necessarily the devil's advocate. I'm just saying, though, if you think about some of the stuff that he has accomplished, you know, in helping kids and helping with getting AEDs, helping with legislation to get more AEDs put in some of these schools. He's been to the White House a couple of times talking about these type of things, and it seems to be making progress. Maybe his reward for doing for kids and doing that type of thing is to be able to be blessed to get back on doing the thing that he's been loving to do since he was a little boy. I mean, it's just another way of looking at it. That's all I'm saying. That's another perspective.
Look, it's only been a year or two. It's like, give it some more. It ain't even been a year. It's like, if you were doing all this within the span of the months that you have, imagine what you could be doing like, legislation
Ah,
wise, kid, what you could be putting your, because everybody don't know your name. And here's the thing.
all right.
If he does
Bring
go
it down
back
to
out
me.
and
Put it where
play,
the goats can get it. Uh-huh. Shout out Joe Madden.
if he does go back out there to play, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Everybody publicly is going to be rooting for him, but there are going to be people waiting on him to fail or just not be a good player. So they could be like, oh, he should have went back out on the field. Like, I just feel like it opens him, which, I mean, he's a player, so he probably doesn't
You
care.
can't
But I
live
just
like
feel like
that.
the
You know that.
expectation, I just feel like he don't need to put himself through that no more. He got other avenues he can go. He should take those, at least give it another year of rest. Train on the side, do what you prepare, but I wouldn't go back in just yet.
Well, I hear you. I hear you. I feel what you're saying, but he has been cleared by 3 different specialists. So, I
Let's check their
if he
bank accounts
loves,
too, because the money will
if
buy
he
you any type of
loves,
clearance.
if he loves the game of football the way he say he does in the couple of articles that I read, I get it. I'm like you though. On the surface, I'm like, man, I don't know if I go back out there just yet. But
Yeah,
you
I
know,
need therapy because he probably got PTSD
not
from falling out on the field.
like I think he's been cleared to play, but from reading the tone I get from like the organization, the coach, and all that is they were talking about helping him with his mental health and all that stuff. I don't think that he's gonna actually be on the field when the
I don't
season
either.
starts.
I don't either.
I think they're gonna take like as much time. I say he's been cleared to play, but I would say that they're gonna probably take the entire season off this coming
Mm-hmm.
up season to get him through like mental health stuff and whatever other physical things that he may need to, get better on before actually letting him play in the game. But
Mm-hmm.
that's just my thinking. I could be wrong, but whatever
Yeah,
happens, I'm glad the young man is all right.
man.
The kudos to him and some of the work that he's done since that happened to him. I know that one. Forget the name of the fundraiser he was doing before he got hurt, and his goal was only $2,500. I think I read that thing, and it didn't raise. They raised over
It had
$9 million.
raised so much money. It raised so
Yeah,
much.
it's like shout out for that. And then the thing with the AEDs, because that's something that I can relate to because we have to have AEDs on our trucks.
Mm-hmm.
On every foreman's pickup, there's an AED that we have in case something happens, or we can, initiate a shock to somebody, get their heart going. It's part of our first aid CPR training. So shout out to that, man, and hopefully they do get more of them things in schools. I know some schools have them, but it's not a bad idea. So
Yeah,
hopefully you
not at
can
all.
continue to make progress in that department.
You can never be too
Uh,
prepared, especially in that because I mean you literally only have a few seconds. Like they can be
right.
like at least they
Time
say a
is
matter of life and death. Time
time is of the
is
essence in those
of the
types of
essence.
situations.
But
Another,
speaking, oh,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
what would you say?
Go ahead. I'm
I was
waiting to
gonna
see what
say,
you was getting.
okay, I was gonna say, speaking of football, how do you feel about Jalen Hurts' contract extension?
That's what I was going to talk about. Jalen Hurts.
I love that.
What you mean how I feel about it? Shoot. Shout
I
out to
love to see
Jalen
a black
Hurts,
man
man.
getting paid
Get
and on
that
the
bag.
account of a
You
black
man, his
woman.
agent. Absolutely. Shout out to
Shout
the
out to
Deltas
the
and the Qs.
oh,
Hey. I mean, you can shout out to,
please.
hey, I know what you are, but it don't hurt to shout out, man. Look,
Yeah, no,
that ain't
shout
nothing.
out to the people.
You talk about some goodness. That man, he did his thing in the Super Bowl. They came up short, but he did his thing. Like
He did his thing regardless. That
yeah,
game is
when everybody was counting him out, coming out of college, saying he wasn't this and saying he wasn't that. Shot 255 mil over 5 years, 179 million guaranteed.
guaranteed.
That's a bag for
Yes,
your
his
ass right there, boy.
kids is taken
That's
care
a
of.
bag for your ass.
Dude,
I ain't mad at it. Shout out.
I don't
Jalen
even look.
man.
Don't even have much to say except shout out Jalen Hurts.
Hey, I ain't gonna. I'm a Jalen Hurts fan, but I ain't gonna become no Eagles fan. I gotta draw the line somewhere.
Nah, you know who has
I
my
ain't
heart.
becoming no Eagles.
And it's not the Eagles, nor the Commanders. It is the Kansas City Chiefs.
I drink my homeboy. So, quick question on the Jalen Hurts thing. So you've had your ear to these quarterback negotiations. How do you think that his contract is, or have him?
Okay, so no, I haven't, but I know what you're finna ask, and I am a little knowledgeable about that.
You know what I'm going to ask.
Are you about to ask me how his contract is going to set the bar for every other quarterback's renewals?
I was going to ask you, Lamar Jackson, who played for the Ravens, he's in negotiations for a new contract. And I forget what the hang up is with his. Maybe, I don't know if it's the guaranteed money or what, but I don't think this is going to be good for his negotiation. He might need to go get him a black woman to represent him, because I think he represents himself. He might need to call Hurts' agent.
He should call CJ. Mr.
Please do a Zoom call, man.
Mr. Jackson, if you're listening, Christopher, one of his dream jobs as a child was to be a sports agent. Give him a call.
Give him a
He'll
call.
get you right. He'll get you Jalen Hurts times too. Call him at 757-338. I think that was a pretty good episode. You got your Shay cards. Did you make it through your card? Or you got any anything on your heart?
I pretty much made it through my cards. I have made a little note about Joel Embiid playing for the Sixers being, I ain't gonna say snubbed for the MVP award, but he didn't. I don't think he got it. And 3J, Jaren Jackson Jr. for the Grizz, he got Defensive Player of the Year. I was going to just kind of touch on those couple things, but we've done enough veering off for this.
We had a nice sports segment. That was a good sports segment. I felt like I really look. Stephen A. Smith, I'm coming for your job, sir. I can yell on TV too, and I look better than you doing it.
Look at that. Them two got a better hairline. I ain't no doubt.
Oh, okay.
He need to get what I got.
Okay.
Is what he need to get.
He need. Okay. Okay.
We ain't gonna start coming for people, because we don't want nobody coming for us.
They're gonna be playing us in the future. This you? And I was like, yeah, it is. Clear as day. This is a 4K camera for a reason. It is I. But I was gonna ask, do you have any reviews for us this week? Any come to mind?
I did not get any. I haven't received any kind of feedback directly, and I haven't been on anything really to read anything, if there's anything out there.
I have
you got some stuff?
I have reviews from our regulars.
Shit, we'll take those. Hey, we keep shouting them out. Somebody gonna get jealous and start putting some. Man, I'm tired of hearing that person. Boy.
Okay.
Who is John Beasley? I mean, let me get something on here so my name can get out.
And let's start with John Beasley, because he says, what that music? Music makes you lose control. Shout out to AMN. I was her little DJ. One time I was in the zone and Fari said, who playing them songs? She shouted Lil Jon. I think BJ was conceived. Just joking. Again.
Oh, Uncle JB. Oh, man. If anybody know, he know. I bet he got some stories. We got to go to Wyoming and talk to him.
Hey, we not on Southwest though, but he said just joking. Again, this is a great episode. Love you both. Until next time, the jazz bed. The dance bed? Maybe he meant jazz. Bed. Just let it whip. All the bed. And then,
I think he meant the dance bed.
Okay, no. Did they got a song, Let It Whip?
I think so. We might have to look it up, but it sounds familiar.
Well, shout out London John. I love those reviews. They just made me, I don't know, they just feel good. And then we got
Man.
Kim Jones. Got old Kim
Kim
Jones.
Jones? Oh,
She said,
the real Mrs. Jones.
She said,
That's what I'm about to call it, the real Mrs. Jones.
I know they're low.
You know, we got nickname for everybody. Hers is the real Mrs. Jones.
The real Mrs. Jones says, I love this episode. I have this love affair with music. That's crazy! Exclamation point. Shout out to Kim Jones. And let's see if we got any others.
Kimmy will sing all the way to Galveston, Texas from Memphis, Tennessee between naps. Yeah,
hey,
she
I'm
will.
Here for it.
I'll
be right there with her.
That bug rocking, boy.
Not rocking. Yeah, so I think those are all the reviews I have. Y'all give us some more reviews to read. We love reading the reviews, but like we say, it's not for our ego. It is so that we can get higher on the charts, so that we can show the podcast to more people like you who enjoy listening and consuming. And I think that's been Daddy Daughter Dishes. If you like this episode, like I said, I ain't gonna talk to y'all like y'all are kids. Y'all know what to do. Go subscribe, go like, go share. Listen to my daddy. What you got?
Before you do the closing spiel again, I want to touch base on if anybody owns a Black-owned business that can get in contact with me or I can reach out to. Send us a comment.
DaddyDaughterDishes@gmail.com.
Yeah, because I would like to, if I have to purchase a t-shirt or a hat or something, I don't have a problem doing that, but I would like to wear a t-shirt or something with your company logo on it and just give your business a shout out on the show. Like I said, I got it clear with the creator / producer / host of the show, and she said it's okay. So if you got a business out there like Kim Hamilton, I'm waiting on my shirt. Jacob Scott, Kamasi Barfield.
I'll smoke it.
Who else I got? I reached out to Deshaun Harris. I done reached out to a couple of people. I'm waiting to get y'all shirts, man, so I can get y'all do a shout out on the show and wear your logo. So
look, this is a long-term investment because we did surpass 400 listeners. So, or 400 downloads, which is pretty doggone good for 9 episodes.
All right now.
So, long-term investment, as we get more listeners, more people will hear your business be shouted out. And, if you got like a coupon code or something, maybe Daddy Daughter Dishes, 20% off, free shipping, something. The people love a freebie.
That ain't nothing but another ingredient to whip the cream.
Okay. That's the money. You sprinkle in the parsley into parsley. Wait a minute. You sprinkle some mint in there.
Oregano.
Absolutely not. See, I was thinking if you whip in the cream, you probably making like a dessert. And that's why I said parsley. Then I said, never mind.
I was just thinking green.
Yeah, I know what
we'll
you
put it on something.
I know what you could put in there. But y'all know what to do. You grown, like, subscribe, share, send it to somebody. Let them know, hey, these two people, they are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but man, it's a good time. I would say leave us 5 stars on Google, like we an actual restaurant, but we not. But y'all know what to do. Make us pop on the charts. I'm not gonna beg, but I am gonna tell y'all. And as always, if you got any emails, if y'all want to get in touch with us, if you want us to read an email on the show, email us at daddydaughterDishes@gmail.com, and we will read your comment or your letter on the show. And get in touch. Search Daddy Daughter Dishes podcast everywhere and find us and tell us what's up, because we talk back, don't we?
That's right. We talk back all the time. Come with the cream with us, y'all.
Come with the cream with us. But in the meantime and in between time, Father, you know what I have for you today?
You got one of them dad jokes.
I'm carrying a heavy dad joke today. This was good. This one almost made me pee on myself. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Where do pirates buy their hooks from?
Where do pirates buy their hooks? Where do pirates buy their hooks from?
Secondhand stores.
All right. That's funny right there. That's
Street John.
Hey, y'all be good. If you can't be good at it. We'll see y'all next one.